see what just happened? I call it magic in football. Hi there, how's it going? This is Amin Chamani and I'm really glad that we are here again to talk about and enjoy football. Football has always been my passion since I can remember and I love to share all this excitement with you. Welcome to my channel. A team's not a team when it doesn't have a good goalkeeper, if you ask me. You might expect it to be like the time we were children and the kid who wasn't as skilled in football used to play as goalie. But this ain't a good approach in professional football. Goalkeepers are one of the main pillars of a team, and a good one completes a squad. Goalies with additional football skills literally make the team to have an extra player. In football, players try to take advantage of the whole field. So it's a bonus if they can rely on the goalkeeper and pass him the ball if needed and moving the ball along in their half. So first, about goalkeeping. As you know, one player in each team has the right to use his or her hands, and that is the goalkeeper. With that being said, they can do it only in penalty area and if certain conditions are met. Goalkeepers can simply pick the ball by their hands whenever it enters the penalty area, except when the ball is passed deliberately to them by a teammate, or when they receive the ball from a throw-in by a teammate. And if they do that, it's an offense. So goalie can't catch the ball by hands if the ball has touched a teammate during an opponent's attack. But what I'm about to say is kind of an unwritten rule which I couldn't find it in FIFA laws, which is when teammates want to stop opponent's attack or prevent them from scoring, they can pass the ball to the goalkeeper by their head, chest or thigh. I suppose this depends on referee's decision to consider it as an action of wasting time or stopping the opponent, which in the first case is an offense. Here the player is trying to pass the ball to the goalkeeper by head to bypass the law. Not only was it an offense in case the goalie had caught the ball by hands, the referee still announced it as an offense because of an act of trickery and anti-sporting behavior. The whole thing I explained to you is back pass rule, which is not that much old. It was introduced in 1992 and it makes perfect sense because the game can get ridiculous otherwise. Players could waste a lot of time if the goalkeeper had the permission to pick the ball every time. Also, the opponent wouldn't have the chance of taking the ball. This is what happened during 1990 World Cup and led to it being the lowest scoring World Cup in the history. You might assume that it was obvious, but it took them more than 100 years to realize it.
What you're watching here is the final match of Euro 1992 between Denmark and Germany. Of course, before the introduction of the back pass rule. As you see, Petr Cech, the keeper of Denmark, keeps taking advantage of his power during this game, wasting a lot of time, which led Denmark to become the champion.
Now I want to tell you about some great goalkeepers who I respect. Let's begin with Iker Casillas, a Spanish goalkeeper who is 1.82 meters tall, which is rather short for a goalkeeper. Spectacular reflexes, being fearless of the ball, empathetic with teammates, and an excellent captain for both Real Madrid and Spain national team resulted in multiple championships. He's Thomas. He's my friend's cat and he's our guest. And he's our guest for some days. He's really cute. He became World Cup and Euro champion with Spain, and also the winner of Champions League and La Liga with Real Madrid. He also won the world's best goalkeeper award for 5 years in a row. Next one is Gianluigi Buffon. Gianluigi Buffon, the unforgettable legend of Juventus and Italy national team, who has played in world-class leagues for about 25 years and hasn't still given up as a 42-year-old football player. Imagine being wanted and valued while being 42 in world-class leagues. I think that's an indication of being a legend. It is impossible to skip the name of phenomenal Lev Yashin while speaking about the greatest goalkeepers of all time. Former Soviet Union player who passed away on 1990. The goalkeeper who succeeded in making clean sheets in more than 50% of his games. Do you really hear me? More than 50%. It's a weird record. Yashin is an innovator in goalkeeping. He first introduced the methods now being used by elite goalkeepers. He began the trend of stepping ahead of the goal line. No pun intended. Not just standing on it. This way the team could cover more space. He sometimes even used to move further to play as a defender. Did I just rhyme? That is known as a sweeper keeper. The sweeper is the defender, usually, for example, in 5-3-2 formation. And the sweeper keeper means that a goalkeeper which comes out of the penalty area to play as a role somehow similar to sweeper. Yashin also began the trend of talking to the defenders. And the shouts you hear from goalies calling defenders' attention to the space they need to cover were first brought to football by him. Yashin had to be the first one getting pissed about getting in trouble because defenders were fooling around, not doing their job. This man with his famous hat during many games is the only goalkeeper who has been awarded for the best player of the world on 1963. All these resulted in a decision FIFA made giving Yashin award to the best goalkeeper of each World Cup from 1994 to 2006. Then they changed the name to Adidas Golden Glove. But it was in 2019 that France Football Magazine, who gives the Ballon d'Or award to the best sub each year, decided to rename its goalkeeper award to Yashin Trophy. Alisson Becker was the first one to achieve that in 2019.
The winner is Mr. Alisson Becker. Alisson Becker.
It's time to talk about Manuel Neuer. The best goalie of history in my opinion, without any doubt. Another rhyme. This is what I exactly mean by sweeper keeper. He's a keeper you can fully trust as a defender, even as an attacker, I think. Having him is literally having an extra defender in the team, which makes it a step ahead from the beginning. All I want to say is that Neuer is the goalkeeper every coach wishes they had. Does anyone remember Petr Cech on 2005? Fast reflexes, excellent height, first class footwork, stunning dives, and any other features that makes a goalkeeper perfect. He had it all. If that heartbreaking incident hadn't happened, he might have remained the world's best goalkeeper for years, just as he earned the title on 2005. The incident cost him a broken skull and he had to play with a rugby helmet since. At last, let's talk about the cool point. The goal area is basically a keeper's safe zone, by which I mean the referee is almost always going to be on their side, and any contact with keeper in that area will be announced as an offense. This of course doesn't keep them in the goal area the whole time. Actually, a favorite part of football for me is when goalkeepers try to score for their team. As you watched at the beginning of the video, Alisson Becker scored a valuable goal for Liverpool in 95th minute while they needed to win the game to have a chance to qualify for the Champions League. Sometimes at the end of the game, when teams have nothing to lose and they really need to score, goalkeepers come forward to try their best at corner kick or free kick to score for the team. And I suppose it can become the most memorable moment in their whole career if they can score.
Masaluka is inside the penalty area as well, and it heads over to Masaluka. Look at him. Keeper goes on the adventurous route. Masaluka scores!
What else do you want from a goalkeeper? This is for today's video, guys. If you know any goalkeeper that should have been in our list, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching until this point. If you have enjoyed, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos about football. Have a great day. Goodbye.